Hey everybody, so it's been 1 year since I switched to Linux, and I just want to say my review on it and what I think of it. So, games perform much better, and I get more FPS, and I've recently switched to Pure Arch, and Pure Arch is way faster than any other disk drive tested. The reason of switching to Linux is forced updates. Windows 10 forces you to update your computer and forces a reboot without warning, and these updates add all kinds of new bloatware and lots of other things. And one time it made me think I lost all my files because it created a new account on my computer without my permission, and it took me 1 hour to find out it was a new account. So these updates basically break your computer. Another reason I switched to Linux is because of the Windows setup. Linux installs way faster than Windows, and Windows setups constantly nags you on enabling features, and it takes about 3 minutes to get through it, even on an SSD, which is ridiculous. And another reason I switched to Linux is because of Windows 10 bloatware. Windows 10 bloatware is integrated into the system, which makes it nearly impossible to remove, and even when you do, they update it right back into the system, which makes it slower, and their updates add new things which make it lag, and their updates also break certain applications and whatnot. And another reason I switched to Linux is because of Windows 11, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, they're going to disable licenses for Windows 10 to force you to upgrade to 11, which is way more unstable than Windows 10, and Windows 11 has way more bloatware and telemetry, and they're going to force a lot of people to upgrade to it, and Microsoft upgrades are forced, and they don't allow you to choose if you want it or not, which is horrible. Another reason I switched to Linux is because of lack of customization in Windows. In Windows, you could customize some things, such as where the taskbar is, and customize the background, and certain things, but you can't customize all of it, and your customization is limited, and when you do customize, it usually breaks because of updates, or it usually causes bugs, and that's not good. So I switched to Linux, which is built for customization. So if you love customizing, switch to Linux because it's built for customization. Another reason I switched to Linux is because of the ridiculous resource usage in Windows. In Windows, the resource usage is very high. 30% CPU and memory usage is really high, even when you're not doing anything on your computer because of bloatware and useless services running in the background. And this is ridiculous because they run these things without your permission, and you have no control over it, and even when you do stop it, sometimes they re-enable it. Enough of talking bad about trash Windows 10. Let's get into the benefits of Linux. Number 1, the benefit is more security and more stability and better performance. And you don't need an antivirus on Linux because it's so secure, and you could change your kernel, you could customize anything you want, change the desktop environment if you don't like it, you could do anything. Linux is your OS and not your manufacturer's OS, not Microsoft's, nobody's, yours, which means you could change it any way you like, which is what I love about Linux. And I hope you switch to Linux and enjoy it, and make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments about this video. Okay, let's come to the conclusion. If you have questions about me going back to Windows 10, the answer is no. I'm not going to use trash Windows 10 or trash soft, and I don't use their Office applications. I use LibreOffice as an alternative, and I don't use any Microsoft services at all. So I'm not returning the trash Windows 10, and I don't plan on doing so.